The audacity of hope was a clarion call echoing through the hearts of millions. In the quiet aftermath of a tumultuous political landscape, Barack Obama stood before an audience, proclaiming, "If you're walking down the right path and you're willing to keep walking, eventually you'll make progress." This captured the spirit of a nation yearning for change, resilience, and unity. The early 2000s marked a pivotal era in American history. The events of September 11, 2001, sparked wars and an unprecedented wave of fear and division. Economic downturns left many struggling. Racial tensions simmered, questioning ideals of equality and justice. It was against this backdrop that Obama emerged, calling for a retreat from despair towards a vision stitched by hope and unity. Obama's debut memoir, The Audacity of Hope, published in 2006, illuminated his belief that hope could serve as a powerful tool for change. He shared personal stories from his upbringing, revealing how the complex layers of race shaped him. His narrative was not merely political, it was about the human experience, trials faced by individuals who dared to dream beyond society's limitations. His words painted a picture of a nation divided yet yearning for a shared identity. As Obama explored hope, he articulated its connection to action and responsibility. He emphasized that hope requires a commitment to fight for justice. It's the belief that we can come together as one nation, despite our differences, he asserted, breaking through the cloud of cynicism. His message resonated deeply with those fed up with the status quo. The defining moment came in 2004, at the Democratic National Convention, where Obama delivered his iconic keynote address. "Here," he thundered, "there is not a black America and a white America, there is the United States of America." These words broke through the barriers of division, igniting a collective yearning for unity. The applause that followed was not just for him, but for a possibility long thought lost, a chance to reclaim hope in a fractured nation. As the years unfolded, Obama's audacity of hope became a guiding principle for millions, inspiring generations to fight for racial equality and justice. Today, as we grapple with persistent social issues, the message remains: the audacity to hope is a collective call to action that perseveres through adversity. In a world rife with challenges, the audacity of hope urges us to reflect on our roles in this ongoing journey. It compels us to grasp change and carry it forward with determination. Each step we take, inspired by that audacity, brings us closer to the dream of a united, just society. As Obama said, "We will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream." The urgency for change continues to echo. Let that calling resonate within us all. In the heart of the civil rights movement, Martin Luther King Jr. emerged not merely as a figure of resistance but as a symbol of unwavering hope and relentless determination. His activism was not just a fight against segregation, it challenged American society, encouraging individuals to rise above hatred and strive for unity. King's ability to inspire was encapsulated in his skillful rhetoric. Each speech became a stepping stone toward a greater awakening. During the Montgomery bus boycott, ignited by Rosa Parks' refusal to surrender her seat, King's leadership flourished. On December 1, 1955, when Parks was arrested, it was a pivotal moment that ignited a spark within the African American community. It was not merely a refusal to give up a seat, it was a declaration, a statement of humanity and resistance against dehumanization. The boycott, organized with meticulous care, lasted over a year. King faced threats, violence, and pressure from a system maintaining the status quo. Yet he stood firm, proclaiming, "We must meet hate with love," etching a philosophy that would define the movement. King, along with other leaders, knew the significance of economic power. The African American community boycotted the buses, opting for carpools, walking, or cycling. Picture the streets of Montgomery bustling with determination. People gathered in small groups in church basements, discussing strategies, sharing stories of hope and hardship. They wrote pamphlets, organized meetings in churches, and mobilized thousands. The city's buses sat eerily empty, the sound of silence a haunting reminder of the community's resolve. On November 13, 1956, the Supreme Court ruled that segregation on public buses was unconstitutional, a monumental victory that ignited a spark of hope in the hearts of those who had long suffered oppression. It was a testament to the power of collective action, a beacon that illuminated the path toward justice. Yet, King understood that the road to equality was littered with challenges. The Birmingham campaign became a pivotal moment in his journey. In April 1963, King and his fellow activists faced fierce resistance from local authorities. Images of peaceful protesters being met with fire hoses, police dogs, and violence shocked America and the world, forcing a national consciousness to confront the brutality of racism. The footage was heart-wrenching. Young children were blasted by powerful jets of water, the echoes of their cries reverberating through living rooms across the nation. King's letter from Birmingham jail articulated that waiting for change was no longer an option, urging that injustice must be exposed to the light of human conscience. His words resonated deeply, reflecting the frustration of a generation tired of waiting for justice, a clarion call for immediate action. Through triumphs and tribulations, King remained unwavering. His leadership inspired countless individuals, leading to the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. These legislative milestones were not mere victories, they were the result of tireless advocacy, protest, and blood, sweat, and tears, the product of lives sacrificed for a cause greater than themselves. Yet he understood that legislation alone would not heal the wounds of racism. The call for economic justice rang loudly. True freedom encompasses both civil rights and economic opportunity. He believed that a comprehensive approach was necessary to address systemic inequalities that marginalized communities faced. King's vision extended beyond his time. In the Poor People's Campaign of 1968, he sought to address poverty in America, uniting people from all walks of life in their struggle for dignity. Picture him in a meeting with activists, a diverse group united by a shared purpose, voices rising in a chorus of hope. He declared, "We must come to see that the problem of racism, the problem of economic exploitation, and the problem of war are all tied together." His dream was expansive, envisioning a beloved community where justice flowed like a mighty river. A place where no individual would be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. As we reflect on King's legacy, we find that the audacity of hope is rooted deeply in his fight for justice. It is a call that reverberates today, a beacon guiding us toward a better tomorrow. King's legacy does not merely reside in history books. His words and actions resonate profoundly in contemporary society. The echoes of his powerful speeches continue to reverberate through civil rights movements across the globe. His belief in love as a transformative force remains a guiding principle for countless individuals striving for change. In the face of injustice, King's vision reminds us that hope is a practical tool for mobilization and transformation. Modern movements like Black Lives Matter invoke his spirit, tracing their roots back to the principles he embodied. Protesters chant his words, reminding us that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. The urgency of his message is amplified as they stand united in the streets, demanding justice for lives taken, each chant a reminder that the fight for equality is far from over. They embody the courage and tenacity King espoused. The threads of unity King wove continue to bind diverse groups together. His vision of a beloved community, where love triumphs over hate, serves as an antidote to division. In a world where polarization threatens to tear us apart, King's teachings remind us that our common humanity must prevail. Furthermore, his commitment to nonviolence remains vital, especially when aggressive rhetoric dominates. King's philosophy of peaceful resistance inspired movements everywhere, proving that love could conquer hate. From anti-apartheid efforts in South Africa to pro-democracy movements in Myanmar, the principles he espoused serve as a blueprint for achieving justice without violence. His approach offers a way forward, one that transforms conflict into dialogue, anger into understanding, and hopelessness into action. King's teachings encapsulated a deep belief that nonviolence was not the absence of struggle, but the presence of justice. As we reflect on King's enduring impact, we recognize his teachings hold immense modern relevance. They urge us to confront our biases, engage in difficult conversations, and act in solidarity with marginalized voices. His message calls for an awakening that recognizes our shared responsibility in fostering a more just world. The teachings he left us with are not mere artifacts of the past, they are living lessons that demand our engagement in the present. Now, imagine standing in a crowd, feeling the weight of history upon you, underlining the importance of change. On August 28, 1963, at the Lincoln Memorial, King stood before a diverse crowd of over 250,000 people. The sun glimmered on the reflecting pool as he delivered his iconic "I Have a Dream" speech. The air was thick with anticipation, with souls longing for a brighter future. As he spoke, the rhythm of his voice echoed like a hymn, wrapping around the crowd as he painted visions not only for African Americans, but for all people yearning for justice. "I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed," he proclaimed. The crowd erupted in applause, his words reverberating through the hearts of those present. In that moment, a sense of unity emerged, binding the dreamers together in a collective aspiration for a world defined by equality. King articulated the dreams rooted in the collective consciousness of a people. He spoke of a future where children would be judged by their character, not their skin color, a dream that ignited imaginations and awakened hopes. As he closed, the resounding phrase, "Let freedom ring," cascaded through the reflective monument, a powerful affirmation of the timeless struggle for freedom that continues today. His voice faded into the crowd, yet his dream soared, a lingering promise of a better tomorrow. In the years that followed, King faced the mounting pressures of a society and government threatened by his unwavering resolve. Yet he met each challenge with grace, understanding that the fight for justice was never a solitary endeavor. He rallied allies, forged coalitions, and ignited movements across the nation. In the end, his dream became a relentless call for action, a reminder that the audacity of hope is not merely a sentiment but a tangible force capable of transforming lives. As the sun sets on the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr., we are left with not just a memory but a powerful mandate. The call for justice, equality, and love resonates with an urgency that knows no bounds. His belief in the transformative power of hope continues to inspire action against injustice, sparking movements that refuse to be silenced. The struggle he championed is ongoing, urging each of us to carry the torch of his dream forward. In the echoes of his words, we find the strength to dream, the courage to act, and the audacity to hope.